Good morning and welcome back. It is currently sale season and our focus right now is on the yearling sales. And so today we're just kind of cover what all it takes to get them ready to go to the sale. I feel, in all honesty, like when it comes to this one in particular, some people think that there's a lot more to it that goes into it. Like some people look at these horses, like the finished product, and they're like, wow, like their schedule must be insane. Really, it's fairly simple. There is a lot of monotonous work. However, I'm cheating and including in this video some of the other extra stuff we do in order to get them ready for the sale. So, now because of that, it's the dog. I can't buckle the dog, man. Anyway, so I'm blanking. Oh, some of the videos, unfortunately, are going to be a little bit vertical. And look, the cameraman was not great with it. We're going to forgive him. But I can't necessarily always be at two places at once. And they happen to have sent me some video with one of the activities we do for the yearlings. And so I apologize ahead of time if some of the videos are vertical. It wasn't me filming, man. Anyway, but yeah, we're just going to take you through what it's like to get them ready to go to these sales. And then the next video will be more kind of in detail about how the sales work and the book system and how our decisions into what sale goes to what and things of that nature. And then hopefully the next will be actual sale day, or not sale day, it'll be sale videos. I have a feeling I might have to split that one up a bit, kind of depending on how much film there is. The sale is a long time. We move in like the beginning of September and are done toward the end of September, so it's a lot. So I'll play it by ear if that's going to be a one video or like a video per book thing. We'll play it, but we'll figure it out. It's fine. Anyway, let me show you just kind of how their day is.
First things first, we get there right around 7 a.m. and typically I'll do a whole lap around the farm to make sure everyone's good. They've been outside all night at this point, so they're still outside when we get there. And the first thing we're going to do after I do my check-in lap is we are going to clean stalls. And so we're going to clean everything out, put it in the tractor, spread it all out, bed down stalls, put fresh water, put fresh food, hay, all things of that nature. And make sure it's ready for them for when they come in. They're going to come in, have their breakfast, chill for a bit. Every time that they come in, I always watch every single one of them walk down the aisle, run my hands over to their legs and make sure that they're all good. Because, they're yearlings. They've been outside. They've been playing. Someone is more than likely going to come in with a bump or a scrape or something. But once they've chilled and had their breakfast, then they're going to go on the hot walker. Now, listen, I already know someone's going to jump in and be like, we call it this. The hot walker has many, 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 many names. But for those of you who don't know, basically, it's this fun little wheel that we have a bunch of dividers in. You put one horse in the divider and you can set a pace. You can set like a slower pace at just a walk. You can do it to a trot. You can do a canter. With these kids, they are literally, the whole point is them to walk, to do a nice long forward walk. That will, get the heart pumping, getting them walking just a little bit. Just some basic exercise. The whole point isn't necessarily to do like a strenuous, like sweaty exercise. That being said, they are yearlings. They're going to get on. They're going to bounce around and buck and kick and play, especially for those first, like 5-10 minutes. And then typically they'll chill out and just do their regular walks. Now, they're not going on every single day. I'll typically put one group on one day, one group on the next day, and alternate days. And typically, depending on the group, they'll go on for about 15 to 20 minutes in each direction, so a total of 30 to 40 minutes. Once they get off the hot walker, they're going to get a nice bath or hose down, and then they get to go back up to the barn and just vibe until the afternoon. Something else we do around this time of day that, granted, we don't typically do it until a little bit closer to sale time, is we will actually take them swimming. We are very fortunate to have a swimming pool about 20 minutes away from us. So we actually will load them up in the trailer, take them on a little trip. And the first couple times, just so that they get the feeling of it, they're just going to go in a straight line. And then as they gain more confidence and kind of get the idea of swimming, they'll go in a full circle. The more times they go, the more fitness that they gain, the more confidence that they gain. They'll actually go even more circles. And we kind of just play it by ear depending on how fit and how confident and just, how they've taken to swimming. Some of them take to it like a duck to water, and other ones we will take them once or twice and then we're like, no, we're good. The main reason we swim them is to kind of tuck them up, especially our kind of chunky kids, just to get a little more fitness into them. Because ideally, we want them going to the sale looking like proper athletes and not necessarily potatoes. Typically, we'll take them all at least once, but we do only do this typically about a month out from the sale. After their morning works are done, they kind of just get to vibe, just get to take naps in their stall and things of that nature. Until after the human lunch. The human lunch is from 12 to 1. At 1 o'clock, we start grooming. And these aren't just a casual grooming session. These are long grooming sessions. Each horse takes about 30-ish minutes to groom. The majority of it is the curry comb, just trying to get any sunburnt hair or sun bleached hair off of them to encourage circulation of the body and just to bring out the good healthy oils up top. We'll follow it up with a hard brush, then a soft brush, and then a yellow rag. And then obviously we do their manes and tails and they get their toesies done. After that, they'll have their lunch or dinner. Feeding wise, we really don't have to do a lot for feed. Some of them you do have to do a little bit more than others or some less than others. But really, it's nothing too crazy. They get typically a scoop to 2 scoops depending on the horse, just with corn oil twice a day typically is when they get that feed. And then after they get their lunch or dinner, whatever you want to call it, this is right when I start paying a lot of attention to the weather app. If it's going to be sunny and it's going to be hot, then we're going to leave them inside until about 7 p.m. And then we'll turn them out after 7 p.m. when the sun has settled. If it looks like it's going to be a cloudy or rainy day or the sun's not going to be too hot, then we'll go ahead and turn them out right around 3:30, 4 o'clock. And that's kind of just like a regular day for them. Now, there are a few other things that we also will do throughout getting them ready for the sale. Less than 21 days before they are due to be sold, we are allowed to get a fresh set of x-rays on them. So, fun fact, if we are selling any type of racehorse prospects, so weanlings, yearlings, horses of racing age, anything of that nature, we have to supply x-rays to the sales. We x-ray all the joints, so the ankles, the knees, the stifles, the hocks. We have all the films available in a little vet's office, and we obviously have to write up a report on any findings. And once we take them to the sale, some people might do some extra x-rays on their feet, or they might do tendon scans, but typically all that we are required to do is strictly the x-rays. And then we also have to scope a horse. So for those of you who do not know what a scope is, we're basically taking a long little noodle looking thing that has a camera in the end, and we're going to stick it down their nose to check their airway. Depending on what the airway looks like, they will actually get certain grades. And yes, a horse can have a failing grade. And actually, if they have a failing grade, then they are not allowed to be entered in the sale. I'm thankful to say I have not had that happen yet. So it doesn't happen too often, but it does occasionally happen where someone just doesn't necessarily have a normal set airway. And it can interfere with training and things of that nature. But those are 2 things that we have to do about 21 days before the sale and get it all turned into the office. We also have to make any notes on if there's been a surgery done, if the horse is a cribber, if the horse is a ridgeling, if there has been any spots or something on the eye. We have to, make sure we have a report and everything on any of things of that nature, so we also have it ready to turn in. Another thing we will do around this time is sale videos. This was something that some people did before COVID, but really it didn't start catching on until COVID and after. But we will put photos and videos of all these horses walking on the online sale catalog. Typically how we'll do it is we'll have the horses walk back and forth a few times so we can get a good walk video from them going from each direction and also standing right in front and behind them, just so people can see how they walk. We will also stand them up for a confirmation picture and get that picture taken. And I will say, for the most part, this always takes a whole day to do. 1, because we have to be kind of picky on these things. And 2, let me tell you, sometimes getting their ears forward is just, it's a miracle. That sounds so dramatic, but when you have done 20-something yearlings and you're on number 21 and it's hot and they want to take a nap and you just want to take a nap, getting their ears forward is just the last thing anyone wants to do. And then typically the day before they ship out, we will actually put front shoes on them. And the reason why we do this is mainly because of what we walk on when we're at the sale. They're going to be doing a lot of walking and turning on kind of this little pea gravelly looking thing. And we're going to be doing a lot of walking. And so we'll put the front shoes on just to prevent them from getting footsore when they're out there, and just to make sure that everyone is going to keep walking the best to their ability. But yeah, overall, the first half of it, that's just kind of like a daily routine, kind of a day in the life of them. And then the swimming, the x-rays, and the videos, that's all just little stuff that we'll do closer to the end, just in preparation to get them ready to go to the sale.
I did forget to talk about one thing, and I managed to slide like a really bad angled clip toward the very end, so you probably couldn't even tell what was happening. But they do get the chiropractor, acupuncturist kind of as needed typically. We'll kind of bring them in like throughout sale prep, but really toward the end. And it's also not necessarily like they'll put their hands on everybody, but not everyone needs it. Typically, maybe, I think in this case, 3, maybe not even 3, it might have just been 2 out of everybody ended up kind of like needing a little bit of adjustment. But yeah, really that's it. Basically from July 4th to the beginning of September is when we do all the whole shebang, and really the main focus of it is the nutrition, the grooming, and then they walk on the hot walker, and everything else is just kind of the extra. Now obviously different places also do different stuff, but this is just kind of what works for us. Anyway, the next bit, like I said, is going to be kind of going in depth talking about how the sales itself works, how exactly like we decide to go to what sale, things of that nature. That has taken me multiple days to do because I've had to break it up into sections, and my ADHD is just, it's a thing. There was some trial and error with it. Anyway, but yeah, there's gonna be that one. I'm gonna take you all to the sales and then talk about the results as well. And then guess what? We have to jump right into the November sales. I know, which is in like soon. By the time y'all are seeing this, it's gonna be soon. And I'll do something similar. I don't have as many for November, so it's less chaotic, but there's a really fun sale in November that we're going to, so I'm definitely going to be taking you all to at least that one. And I was supposed to take you all to Breeders' Cup this year too, over in California, which is right before this big sale. And we were going with a group of people, and there was an issue with somebody's, I don't know, visa, I think, so they had to go back overseas to get it fixed before they could fly in the US again. So that plan went out of the picture. It's okay. Apparently we just moved our tickets from Del Mar to Saratoga, so we'll be at the Saratoga one, I guess. Anyway, that's all I got for now. I guess we will continue to ramble about sales stuff next time.